story is a story of searching.
I will build you a pavilion from the cedars of Lebanon. With pillars of silver and cushions of gold. On this couch of purple linen you will lie, and this daughter of Jerusalem will spread it with silk. And on this couch of purple linen will lie, and this daughter of Jerusalem will spread it with silk.
There once was an artist who was restless. And why was he restless? Because he never found the most beautiful thing to paint. He would take out his canvases, brushes, and his paints, and he would begin painting whatever the scene was in his own place, and he would say, no, it does not touch my heart. It doesn't feel like the most beautiful thing in the world. And day after day, the artist began painting, and he discarded that canvas just as quickly. Searching, always searching for the most beautiful thing to paint. Early one morning at dawn, he woke up, and he thought to himself, since I cannot find the most beautiful thing in the world to paint here in my own place, I will go out and search in the world. And so he dressed and recited his morning prayers. He took his canvases, his paints, his paintbrushes, and he left his house, leaving his wife and children still asleep. And he began searching, wandering from place to place, searching. One day he was walking in the park, and he heard two people singing a love song to each other. And as he came closer, he saw them sitting there under a tree, singing a love song.
Oh, for a kiss from your lips, sweet love, for your love is better than wine. Oh, for a kiss from your lips, sweet love, for your love is better than wine.
And the artist took his canvas and his paints and his paintbrushes, and he began to paint what he saw was the most beautiful thing in the world. The look of love between these two people. Satisfied that he had the most beautiful thing in the world, why, he was ready to return home, but he had a long distance to travel. And as he was about to cross over a bridge, the captain of the guards asked him to stand aside until the soldiers could cross over from the other side. And as the soldiers came closer, he could see the tears streaming down their cheeks. He could hear what they were saying, and what they were saying was, "The war has ended. There is peace in the land at last. Thank God, the peace, the God of peace, the God of Shalom.
O say shalom bimromai, Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru.
And the artist had taken out his paints and his brushes and his canvas, and he painted what he saw was the most beautiful thing in the world, a second most beautiful thing in the world, the look of peace on the faces of these soldiers. Satisfied that he had two most beautiful things in the world, he was anxious to return home in time for Shabbat. But he had a distance still to travel, and so he spent the night at an inn. Early on Friday morning, he left the inn, and as he was walking by a small country house, he could see through the window a man with his tefillin wrapped in his prayer shawl, his talit, reciting his morning prayers. The artist now had three most beautiful things in the world, and he was anxious to be home in time for Shabbat. And there, just down the road, he could see his own home as the sun was about to dip into the horizon. And there he saw through the open door his wife sitting at the table with their children. And the words of the psalmist came to him. Thy wife shall be fruitful as a vine, and thy children shall sit around thy table like olive plants. And then he watched as his wife took each child to her and recited a blessing over each child's head. And then together they lit the candles to welcome in the holy Shabbat. The artist ran through that open door and he called out, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, my wife. A good Shabbos, my children. I searched throughout the entire world for what would be the most beautiful thing in the world to paint. And what I found was love and peace and faith. But they are here in my own home. I never just saw them before. And the artist and his wife and children gathered close together and recited a prayer of thanksgiving now that they were reunited as a family. And the artist and his family celebrated Shabbat and every day with even deeper feelings of love and peace and faith. And so may we all.
צור מי שלא אכלנו, ברך ואמוני. צור מי שלא אכלנו, ברך savanu velotar, ki faragonai savanu velotar.